Some SUVs will start bleeding your wallet before even hitting 100,000 miles. Broken transmissions, rusted frames, electronics failing one by one. But then there are a rare few, the kind that mechanics like me swear will still be running strong at 500,000 miles, barely breaking a sweat. I've spent over 20 years under hoods, diagnosing failures and watching patterns repeat themselves. Flashy, popular models get hyped, sold, and returned to the shop with massive repair bills, while these hidden workhorses quietly rack up hundreds of thousands of miles with nothing more than regular oil changes and brake pads. These aren't guesses or rumors. They're the vehicles I personally recommend to friends, family, and clients who refuse to gamble on reputation alone. Today, I'm revealing the 5 SUVs that are nearly unbreakable, vehicles that will save you thousands and let you drive worry-free for years. And trust me, the #1 pick on this list? Most people overlook it entirely, yet it's a sleeper so reliable that even veteran mechanics fight over it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which SUVs can actually outlast almost every other car on the road, and why skipping this list would be a huge mistake. Most buyers fall into the same trap. They chase the flashiest ads, pay top dollar for the brand everyone talks about, and completely ignore the maintenance history. They think a popular badge guarantees reliability, but that's rarely the case. I've seen countless clients hand over tens of thousands for a reliable SUV, only to have the engine seize or electronics fail within the first year. One story still sticks with me. A young couple bought a top-rated SUV everyone raved about, spent over $7,000 in repairs in the first 18 months, and ended up trading it in at a loss, while their mechanic-approved alternative was still running flawlessly at 250,000 miles. The truth is, dealerships rarely tell you which SUVs truly last, and online reviews often miss the hidden pitfalls. That's why insider knowledge matters. Knowing what mechanics actually recommend and why can save you thousands, prevent endless headaches, and ensure you pick a vehicle that doesn't betray you after the first big repair bill. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm counting down the 5 unbreakable SUVs that mechanics secretly swear by, vehicles that will outlast nearly everything else on the road. Each SUV on this list has earned its spot through decades of proven reliability, low maintenance, and real-world endurance. But a warning, the #1 pick is a sleeper so good, even seasoned mechanics argue over it. Most people completely overlook it, and missing it could cost you thousands in repairs down the road. Stick with me till the very end, because every single SUV on this list has a story, a reason, and a hidden feature that makes it nearly indestructible. Trust me, you won't want to skip a single one. Coming in at #5 is the Toyota 4Runner, a vehicle that has quietly earned a reputation for toughness among mechanics, even if it doesn't always grab headlines. One of my clients bought a 2008 model used, fully expecting some minor repairs along the way, but 8 years later it had over 220,000 miles, with nothing more than routine oil changes and brake pads. The reason? Its body-on-frame construction, reliable V6 engine, and simple electronics make it incredibly resilient. Unlike many modern SUVs loaded with sensors that fail randomly, the 4Runner focuses on the basics: durable drivetrain, strong suspension, and easy-to-replace components. Here's a tip most dealers won't tell you. Check for rust around the rear wheel wells and under the frame, because while these SUVs are built to last, environmental wear can sneak up if ignored. Even with that small caveat, it's nearly indestructible and can easily outlive its owner's expectations. And trust me, the next SUV on our list, #4, is even more surprising. It's a budget-friendly powerhouse that gives nearly new SUVs a run for their money. At #4, we have the Honda CR-V, a true budget-friendly tank that keeps mechanics smiling. These SUVs are famous for their dependable engines, minimal repairs, and parts that are widely available and affordable. One client of mine bought a 2010 model with over 180,000 miles, and nearly 15 years later, it still ran flawlessly, needing only routine maintenance like oil changes and brake replacements. The secret? Honda's engineering focuses on reliability over flashy features, meaning fewer electronics to fail and a drivetrain built to last. If you're considering a used CR-V, here's a quick inspection checklist. Check for oil leaks around the valve cover, listen for unusual noises from the automatic transmission, verify the air conditioning and heating, and inspect the suspension bushings for wear. A careful look at the maintenance history is essential. These vehicles reward owners who stay on top of oil changes and fluid checks. And here's a teaser for number 3. The next pick isn't just reliable, it's a mechanic's secret favorite, often overlooked, but capable of surprising durability that rivals even luxury SUVs. The third SUV on our list is the Lexus GX, a vehicle that rarely makes headlines, but is a secret favorite among seasoned mechanics. Its reliability comes from a rugged V8 engine, a body-on-frame design, and a proven four-wheel drive system that can handle decades of use without major issues. I had a client purchase a 2007 GX with 150,000 miles, and nearly 15 years later it still ran flawlessly, needing only routine maintenance like oil changes and brake replacements. The suspension uses long-lasting double wishbone geometry up front and a solid rear axle, which is simple, durable, and inexpensive to repair if ever needed. One watch-out-for tip: always inspect the timing belt and water pump during major service intervals. These small preventative steps keep the engine running smoothly for hundreds of thousands of miles. Unlike flashy modern SUVs, the GX avoids overcomplicated electronics that often fail on other vehicles. Stick around because the top 2 picks are even more surprising, and number 1 is a true sleeper SUV that most buyers completely overlook but will outlast almost every other vehicle on the road. Coming in at number 2 is the Toyota Highlander, a vehicle that's consistently overlooked by buyers chasing flashier or newer models, but one that mechanics quietly swear by. Its longevity is remarkable. Engines routinely surpass 300,000 miles with minimal issues, and the transmission and suspension are built to withstand years of daily driving. One of my clients bought a 2009 Highlander used, and after nearly 250,000 miles, it still drives like new, only needing standard maintenance like brakes, fluids, and tires. Owners consistently report satisfaction because it balances comfort, reliability, and low maintenance costs better than almost any other midsize SUV in its class. Now, to be fully transparent, some earlier models had minor issues with the air conditioning blower and occasional dashboard rattles, but these are small, easily fixable annoyances compared to the headaches most SUVs create at half the mileage. And here's the kicker: the number 1 pick on this list is a true sleeper, so durable, so mechanic approved that most buyers completely ignore it, yet it could easily outlast even these highly reliable SUVs. Stick around because you won't believe which vehicle takes the top spot. And finally, the number 1 SUV that mechanics quietly fight over, the Nissan Xterra. At first glance, it doesn't grab attention. It's boxy, unflashy, and often overshadowed by more popular brands, but that's exactly why it's a sleeper. Under the hood, the Xterra uses a proven V6 engine, a rugged body-on-frame chassis, and a straightforward four-wheel drive system that can handle decades of hard use with minimal repairs. I've personally serviced a 2005 Xterra that logged over 280,000 miles with only routine maintenance, and the owner swore it felt just as solid as the day they drove it off the lot. What makes it nearly unbreakable? Start with the engine and transmission. Simple, over-engineered, and durable. Next, the suspension uses heavy-duty components designed for off-road abuse, meaning they rarely fail even under heavy loads. Finally, the electronics are sparse. Fewer sensors, fewer headaches. If you're buying used, here's a quick checklist to make sure you get a reliable example. Check for rust on the frame, inspect the timing chain and water pump, look for leaks in the rear differential, and verify the four-wheel drive engages properly. Most people ignore the Xterra because it's not flashy, but if you value durability, low-cost maintenance, and unshakable reliability, this SUV is a goldmine. Mechanics know it, and once you drive one, you'll understand why it's the ultimate unbreakable SUV. Don't wait. Finding one in good condition is becoming increasingly rare, and missing this could be your biggest regret. Let's quickly recap the 5 unbreakable SUVs. Number 5, Toyota 4Runner. Number 4, Honda CR-V. Number 3, Lexus GX. Number 2, Toyota Highlander. And number 1, sleeper Nissan Xterra. Each of these vehicles has proven reliability, low maintenance, and longevity that most popular SUVs can't match. Mechanics recommend them because they consistently outperform expectations, save thousands in repairs, and give owners peace of mind for years. Now I want to hear from you. Which SUV surprised you the most, or do you have one you'd add to this list? Share your experiences in the comments below. Remember, these are the SUVs that rarely get the spotlight, so acting on this advice could save you major headaches and money. If you found this list helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss insider SUV tips. Check out my next video to discover more uncatchable SUVs mechanics secretly recommend. Remember, drive smart, maintain well, and your SUV will outlast almost every other car on the road.